What's happening, people, and welcome back to another episode of The Mandem. Today, we will be talking about the UCL Final. My name is Scott. I am still British, and today, of course, we will be talking about football. To my left,
This is Jordan, aka River Thinker. It's my first time on the Mandem, and I appreciate I guess everyone having me. Appreciate it.
You already know who it is. Your boy JB, aka John B. You feel me? Not a good day, bruh.
Dude, bruh. I don't even need to say it, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Marty, aka Akwesi, aka Quace, aka Mana. And welcome to the Mandem. I guess we get started.
first of all,
And
first of all, welcome, Jordan.
oh yeah.
Welcome, Jordan. Welcome,
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
First time on the podcast.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know we did like a brief little intro, but it's our
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time on here.
Actually, Jordan, explain what you do, who you are, why
Uh,
you're here.
of course, I'm here because I just want to talk about football, the football landscape and stuff. And I see that you guys have been doing well. You guys have been coming up and stuff, and I like the content you guys are putting out. I think it's
Appreciate
tough.
you.
Thank you.
I coach at Annandale High School. If you know who it is. I coach at Bishop Ireton as well. Varsity coach there, and at Bishop Ireton, I also coach SYC. I coach almost everywhere you can kind of think of around the area. If you know, you know.
So basically, the next Pep Guardiola.
Vincent Company.
He said Vincent Company.
I ain't about to be bad ball, bro. I'm gonna keep my hair, bro. I don't know about that. He got
Bro,
the
does
he got
it-
the
okay,
he got the
Project Vieira.
cranny. He got the
Project
cranny.
Vieira.
I got the cranny like
Ayo,
that.
company, Megamind, bro.
Hey, he's
That
at
head
Bayern
is
though.
huge, fam.
He's at
Bruh.
Bayern though.
Yeah,
Nah,
first black manager in the Bundesliga. You never know.
Yeah. No,
I'm
they
just
just fill in their diversity quota. That's what they do.
Yeah, just like me on this podcast.
check.
Always.
There's also Chris, so you can't even say that.
Nah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of true. So today we will be talking about the UCL final happened today. Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid at Wembley Stadium, London 2024.
So,
Final score: Real Madrid 2, Borussia Dortmund 0. Real Madrid win their 15th
15.
15th Champions League. I mean,
That's mad, bro.
Now,
I mean-
first of all, let's get on to who did you? I think we all predicted Madrid to win, right?
Yeah, but except him because he was in.
yeah, Jordan wasn't there. I remember I said 2-1 Madrid.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a little bit closer. I thought it'd be
also
like
said 2-1,
I was saying like Dortmund's gonna score first, Madrid's gonna get one, it's gonna go into extra
Extra
time, and
time,
then
yeah.
and then Madrid's gonna get another.
I think we all predicted Madrid to win, but we all wanted Dortmund to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dortmund actually came out very kind of aggressive
Fam.
in terms of like their attacking. Like they created the most chances, they had most possession, and it was kind of like, oh shoot, Dortmund they're actually working.
They played.
Yeah,
That's the thing. They actually played good.
yeah. I mean, they definitely could have controlled the game a bit more. It was pretty sporadic throughout the game,
Yeah.
as you guys were pointing out, especially in the midfield. But in terms of chances, I mean, they just squandered each chance they had, and especially Adeyemi, who, he got into good positions, but couldn't finish his dinner. Full crew as well, couldn't finish his dinner. So, in terms of attacking, Sancho was a bit quiet, but defensively, you tracked well, tracked back very well. So,
Adeyemi had that chance, bro. That was a golden chance, bro.
bro,
That-
he has the
if,
bag.
If that would have went in the first half, bro,
The game's different.
different game.
The game's
But then
different.
against Madrid, you just
No,
never
but
know,
I
bro.
think that gives Dortmund a bit more confidence and a bit more momentum, like especially with the way they're already playing.
bro, if that would have went in the first half, I feel like they would have scored 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
I think it was something that I didn't, I wasn't on the podcast last time, so my prediction for myself was I never thought Dortmund would ever score. I
Really?
thought it was always going to be Real Madrid's win because they have the vets, they have the youth who listen to the vets, which is crucial. And Dortmund doesn't have anyone like that, and I think they were just puppies in a land that they shouldn't be in yet. I think their best chance is to win their league first before they enter the territory of the Champions League, like Arsenal was this year and stuff. They haven't even conquered their league, and then when they enter the Champions League, you saw how they struggled against Porto, penalties
Right.
and stuff, and they go up against Bayern. And as much as in my heart I would want them to win it, I knew, I think we all know Champions League experience does matter. It plays a crucial part, just like league does. So I never thought for a second Dortmund would win it. In my heart, I did want it to happen,
Yeah,
but it's sad the case.
Madrid is
Bro,
just too strong.
I don't personally. I don't really care if Madrid keep winning every single year. I just wanted like Royce to win it. That was just it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because that was his last game. I know Cruz is also leaving too, but like Cruz already won it like what 5 times, maybe like I think 6, maybe because he won at
This is
Bayern
six.
too.
This
So they
is
got 6 now.
That's crazy. I felt actually the opposite when it comes to Royce. I never cared about him winning the Champions League. It was the
Damn.
league. Because you know how many times
Oh,
Bayern
yeah.
just stepped on him every like
It
year
was
after
But that's
year.
the thing though.
It was
Like,
just a major title in general.
yeah, I just
Because he
wanted
had
to win
never won a
something.
major title with Dortmund.
No, I understand that. I just thought like realistically, what would the chances of happening? Like realistically, would he win the Champions
Yeah.
League or the league? And I'm honestly with Harry Kane's curse bringing it to Bayern this year. This was kind of one of the best opportunities.
Yo,
I mean,
it's funny you bring it because the amount of times we talked about Harry Kane in
oh
this
yeah.
in
Oh
this
no, I
podcast,
followed
bro.
y'all. I heard y'all talk that mess. 100%. I
That's
believe
so funny.
that was definitely a big case of it, and it breaks my heart for Royce to not have a trophy. But I've always respected players like Totti, Del Piero. I'm an
Right.
AC Milan fan. Maldini
Mm.
for me he's the god of defensive football.
Yeah,
He is the
yeah,
he's the one.
yeah.
You can't look that good and be that good and then do it that long.
Yeah,
That's insane. So no homo.
Loyalty over everything. You know, I think
Yeah.
Royce he's been loyal from the jump. You know,
Yeah.
there are some players that like will jump ship and like even you see it. You know, like older players like now, especially they're going for a big payday in like the MLS or like Saudi Arabia, other places. However, staying true to himself,
Right.
like he's staying true and being loyal to Borussia Dortmund until the very end. Don't know what he's gonna do after this. I wish him well. It's just unfortunate that just on the day, just couldn't get the job done. There were a lot of chances that Dortmund missed in that first half. That I know Adeyemi's going to be thinking about that chance, like when he goes to bed tonight.
He's gonna be.
He's
gonna have
but
nightmares.
you don't get a chance like that in a UCL final. Like you just don't.
Especially against
The
Madrid.
finest
Like,
margins,
especially against
Yeah.
Madrid, bro. Because they're gonna. I mean, we were saying it during the match. We were like, "Yo, these guys are gonna score." Like,
Yeah.
we're like, it's gonna be some stupid goal, like deflection or like unknown scorer. Like, we didn't expect it to be from like at least the first goal. We didn't expect it to be from like a Vinny or Rodrigo. Like, that, and it's just even more annoying that Carvajal, the shortest man on the pitch.
I have to give a clap to him because I ain't gonna lie, he's not been a star in the Real Madrid
Yeah.
success.
Nah,
He's
nah.
been that underrated,
He's been solid, though.
backseated,
solid,
but
though.
solid.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you would never pick him in your top 10 fullbacks of all time, let
Yeah.
alone
Right.
right backs. So I would personally like to give a shout out to him because it's well deserved.
Yeah.
And I think honestly it's just the greatest thing
Good.
to see for them.
Good defensively today.
You
I
know, kind of.
think.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. I think I thought he was good defensively today.
Mhm.
Very good going forward, but also the thing about Carvajal, I think the biggest thing about him that separates him from most is mentality.
You're right.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
That man is in teams to win.
He's
He's
a
in that Real
warrior.
Madrid team to win.
And his
you
work
know?
rate is different.
Yeah, and he'll work his arse off,
And-
for the team.
Yeah, and
You
he
know,
wasn't one of
yeah.
like these like star signings. Like he worked his way up into his position. And
Right.
like,
You know what
Exactly.
reminds me of though? What's his name? Antonio Valencia, bro, from Man
Bro,
U.
that's a
Man U?
name.
It's
but-
Yes.
exactly they play there. It's the exact same thing. They have like none that they stand out for, but they just get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
always like play,
Dogs.
Yeah,
always play, right? They always play him. But
yeah.
I always wondered about the Madrid mentality. Like, what would you even call it? But I know what it is, and I think they say it all the time. It's the Madrista mentality.
right.
Like, that's what I would call it because it's insane how you can go to Real Madrid and, I don't know the inner politics of it, but it's like no matter who you were beforehand,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You are
nobody.
now Madrista, and you have to
Yeah.
buy into the spirit of it. And we could give praises to the coach. We can give praises to the staff. We should give praises to the owners.
Right.
Just everyone surrounding it, to the kit man, to the U15 trainers, everything that makes Real Madrid what it is. I mean, I think they thoroughly deserve to win this competition. Just like I think, honestly, City deserve to win the Premier League 4 times in a row. They've
course.
built something so incredible, and I hate to go off topic like that, but that's just the only team I can say that's
Right.
to level. The
Relatively
only
Been
one,
that,
yeah.
been that dominant in a specific competition.
Yeah.
probably
You
like
know what- you know-
Bayern in their league is the only other one.
You know what it is though? I think it's just like they just well run. You know what I'm saying? Like they never really miss when it comes to like signings. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with like Man City. Like whenever they get a player, like it always like 9 times out of 10 they always work out. And
Yeah,
that's what it
yeah.
is. Like most of the times, like clubs like they get players and like they flop. You know what I'm saying? And then that's like they spend what 70 million of like
Yeah.
Their conversion rate is insane.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
business person, like if you were like, oh, which club should I invest in? I'm like, bro, yeah, like
Yeah.
you go there and it's insane.
They
just
pick
what
up
they
like the
do.
young talent, like up and coming
Yeah,
young
bro.
talent, and
And
they
Drake,
pick him
bruh.
up, and then you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
and also it breeds competition too.
Yeah.
So having those young players, not only just so young players, but also like these older players that have already their spot. It's like, yo, you're bringing in like 3 young players that all play DM. Like, what's going on? I gotta
Yeah.
step my game up. So yeah,
It's like FIFA career mode sometimes.
Literally,
when they buy
yeah,
players. And
yeah.
we were talking about this before, and it was like they remind me of an NBA championship team with vets on there.
Right.
Like I don't think they run their soccer club like a soccer club because it's too consistent.
It's a dynasty.
Yeah.
It's
a
a
franchise.
dynasty and
It's-
stuff.
Yeah,
Like we should be thankful Cruz retired because Lord
He could
Lord
still
help
go
us
for
if
another-
he
Nah,
he's
stayed.
started-
chilling,
He
bro.
could go for another 3 years.
He
and be
could
fine.
because
Honestly.
the way he played, I was like, yo, this guy's not really lost that much of a step.
I'm happy that Ramos left. I'm happy that Ronaldo left. I'm happy that Benzema left. But it just shows that the core unit that they had, because I think Modric might be staying for an extra year.
He's staying for another
He's
year.
staying
I
for
mean, that's just like, I mean, can we really see anyone else winning it next year? Maybe City.
Maybe.
I mean, that's what we said
maybe.
again this
Yeah.
year, and we didn't even. I say beginning of this season, we didn't really count Madrid. To be honest, personally, I didn't. I was like, yo, City's gonna win it again. Like,
I thought Real Madrid would be in the final, and I the only thing I would say is that I think Ancelotti is Mr. Champions League. The same way Ronaldo is known as Mr. Champions League, he's Mr. Champions League.
My
I
man's
mean,
got like 7, bro.
he is 7 total. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, it's
As a
insane.
manager, yeah.
AC Milan. I think did he do it with Chelsea? No. That was
No.
the legend guy, Mateo. Something.
Okay.
But he's done it all these times, and you know that's the only thing I'll probably discredit Pep on is like he doesn't have the mentality as a coach to get them over the line in Champions League as consistently
Yeah.
as Ancelotti. Like Ancelotti's been there, done it. The eyebrow's been there for 40 years and
It's
stuff.
stuck. It doesn't
Like
go
we were
down.
saying, like it might be a
It's the
stroke or
eyebrows.
something, or it might be the reverse of a drowsy
What the
eye.
hell
But
you
whatever
doing?
it is, this man is cooking, and he's like, I don't even know how old he is. What 60 something?
Like 65 or something.
He can-
He's old. Yeah.
He's
He,
old.
he can
Yeah.
legitly be. I remember Madrid fans. I've talked with them, and they look at Alfredo Di Stefano
Mm.
as
Yeah.
RIP Alfredo Di Stefano, but he was the god of
Yeah.
Real Madrid. He managed them and stuff, the Champions League titles, and also played. I think Ancelotti is that new person. Like I don't know who you replace him with. You could bring back Zidane and get a quick triple if you want.
It's looking like he's trying to set the place for Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso stayed at
Yeah.
Leverkusen for another
trying to give me
season.
nightmares.
But, but just deep it. What could have been at Everton if Ancelotti stayed?
Nothing.
First,
Nothing.
first in the league.
Nothing,
you know?
bro.
Absolutely.
You know what's
Yeah,
insane?
What could have been?
I actually think Ancelotti would have done great at this one Premier League club, Liverpool. I think if he was at Liverpool, with the way they are
see
as
that.
fans and the way that
can
they
see that.
back him,
Yeah.
like that Barcelona Liverpool
Yeah.
turnaround,
Mm.
that would have happened with him too. Klopp,
Yeah.
I think, and this is no disrespect for Klopp, I just don't think he has that experience in the Champions League that we were talking about the players have. Ancelotti has that. So whatever big team he goes to, he can go to Bayern right now, and I honestly think he could win a Champions League within the next 4 years. He
Right.
probably could, just because. I mean, who's gonna chat to him in the locker room?
He breeds winners. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing about Ancelotti.
Yeah.
He breeds
Yeah.
winners. Like I know I was like kind of joking about like Everton and stuff like that, but like even that Everton team when he was there, they were
Oh.
playing off the
Yeah.
scale, like really good football, and it's just like
Yes.
that's what Ancelotti demands of you. He demands you to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you're going into this Madrid team, and it's like this is the biggest team in the world. You know, the
Yeah.
most Champions Leagues. Like one, it's like you are coming here to be a winner. You are going to be a winner, and you have to show that you are going to be a winner. That's why a lot of these younger guys, you know, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, Bellingham, you know, Camavinga,
These all
you know,
young guys.
all these young guys, you know, that like have come from other clubs that have come to Madrid. It's like it's a mindset now, you know. That's what Ancelotti's setting in the dressing room, and you're around those veteran players that are
Yeah.
older. Your Cruz, your Modric, your Carvajal, you know, those guys that have been there and done that, and it's just like, yeah, this is what we do here, all right, and this is what you're gonna do now.
It's the aura. Like, honestly, they seem when Madrid scores against you in the Champions League, it's not one goal. And I said this earlier.
Yeah.
It's like
We
three.
knew. We knew.
It's like 3 goals. It feels like 3
Yeah.
goals, and you're coming back from a deficit. I forgot who it was in the semifinals that Joe Salou scored 2 like injury
Bayern.
time,
Oh, the Bayern.
like
Yeah.
Bayern. Like that is,
The Bayern
and
side.
you could talk about the refs, but honestly, it doesn't matter to me. It's just they got the job
They
done. They
just
are
got it,
very
bro.
they're probably the most professional club in world football that we've ever seen. The most professional
that we know, that we've seen.
that we've seen.
They're so well run, and it's like they don't have issues like Boss is going through financial issues.
Yeah.
I mean,
City
like,
having like their financial
yeah.
fair play issues. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what you said earlier, John. It's
Right.
like Real Madrid do good business. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
could
yeah.
they were trying to go for Mbappe last year, get
Right.
him for like what 200 million or something
Yeah,
like
they're like,
that.
see out your contracts.
It's like, all right, see out your contract. We're gonna get you for free next
Yeah,
year.
yeah. You're not
It's
gonna have
like,
a
bro,
choice. Yeah.
like they are getting the best player in the world, one of the best players in the world for free.
Yep.
Bro,
Like
it's
they are getting it,
fucking
and you know
crazy,
why?
bro.
The aura.
Yeah.
Who else is he gonna go to?
Yeah.
He's gonna go to Real. He's gonna
Bro,
go to the best team in the world.
It's like
Simple.
Real Madrid have like a certain image, right? And you want to fit that image.
Mhm.
And that you're a player like Mbappe, the only club you can go to to fit your image is
It's Madrid.
Madrid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
And
think
this is like
Bro.
the reinstatement of the Galacticos, like,
Yeah.
and
You know what's crazy though? Like I was hearing like reports and stuff like for like Rodrigo, they're saying like he
he's
might
gonna
leave.
leave.
But bro, you see how well he played today, bro?
Yeah.
Like, bro, he's not gonna go nowhere, bro. And they're gonna bring in Andre, they're gonna bring in Mbappe, bro. They're gonna be stacked.
It's
bro.
gonna
And
be
that's
competition.
crazy.
It's gonna breed more competition.
But that's crazy to think that how good like Rodrigo is, bro. And they're saying like, oh, he might get pushed out. Like he's,
Yeah,
He's
I'm not
very
saying
good.
he's like
No, he's
him
good.
and Vinny
Yeah.
and like,
yeah.
but like he's pretty much there. Like he's good as like he's really good.
you know what it is. It's like international. I think so far. I mean, Spain had their time, 100%, but France. I mean, shoot, we remember what France is. I mean, their squad and their depth is
They've
ridiculous.
always had talent. They've
Right.
always
Like
had
they
talent.
had Nkuku out, and they had people sick before the final of the World Cup. And I hate to bring this back there, but it's like I think of France almost the same way I think of Real Madrid. It's like they have done their homework and they've put everything in place to where it's like they've done 20% of the most important things, so 80% of the yield results
Right.
works perfectly. If you know the 80-20 rule, that's kind of what it is. That's what it feels like. And going back to the game today, because I think we should maybe go back to it. But you were saying how they have more possession, and they were looking good in the first half. Dortmund was, but for me, it was always the same thing. If you don't terrify and dominate that midfield, not in terms of passing, I mean defensively, offensively, completely, because who is in that midfield that you have to dominate? Who's the most important? I would say it's Cruz.
Toni Kroos.
Right.
Yeah.
If
Toni
you
Kroos.
dominate him, I think he was the
set-
captain.
He sets the tone.
Yeah.
He sets the tone.
He sets the
of,
tone,
like,
the tempo,
everything.
like everything. Bro.
He wasn't
Exactly.
the captain today. Nacho was the captain.
Nacho, yeah.
But it's like any time that Madrid are building up from the back,
He keeps
Yeah.
it ticking, bro.
Dortmund are gonna sit back. Cruz is gonna pick it up from one of those centre backs.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
can't allow that.
and he's dictating everything.
Yes.
Like people are moving around. He's seeing stuff.
I think
and
this
it's
is
like,
this is probably the deepest I've seen him play.
yeah,
this is the
he's like picking it up at like left back
Yeah.
and like
All right,
picking
left
up and
back,
like
center back. He's
left centre back, and he's moving the ball
Yeah,
up the field and like
exactly.
he's dictating the play
He's
and where
being
people are
kind
going,
to us.
You know,
like he could do what he did today. I honestly think a 45-year-old could do.
Yeah.
And I think him at 45 could do this. So him leaving, I believe he said this before earlier, like I think maybe close to 8 years ago, it's close to a decade. I believe he said he wanted to leave on a high, not stay
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have my utmost respect. I mean, you've won everything the game has to offer.
Yeah.
You've been a part of
Yeah.
one of the greatest teams of this generation, arguably the greatest team of this generation's, and he's been one of the best midfielders of his generation.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's incredible because if you asked me 8-7 years ago, maybe any of you, you wouldn't have dared probably put him in the Xavi Iniesta talk.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have dared put him in there. But
No.
now it's like
He's
No.
he's a top 3
He's in there.
midfielders of all time.
Modric is kind of the same.
Same
way.
thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Casemiro, I mean, disregarding Man United for where he's doing now, but when he was there,
Yeah.
I mean, and this is the thing about Real Madrid. When Ronaldo was there, I wasn't even afraid that he would score. It was anyone. Anyone could do it. Ramos could do it. Casemiro could do it. Nacho could do it. Marcelo, miss him so much, but Marcelo could do it.
Yeah.
Benzema could do it. I remember
Bale.
once that Ronaldo
Bale, yeah.
Bale bicycle kick in the. That's probably the or second best Champions League final goal of all
Bill
time.
Spike.
Bears basketball.
And,
Bill
and the
Spike.
only ones you could probably consider are Ronaldo's against Juventus and Zidane's against Leverkusen. The first
No.
time volley.
I think
left
it was
foot.
I think it was against you. No. Who did he play?
I don't
It was playing for Madrid, right? When he did that?
Zidane's?
Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
it was,
it
Le-
like
it was-
Juventus?
Was it?
no, it was Leverkusen because they had red and black.
Probably.
Yeah.
You guys check it out. In the comments.
I mean, I don't know. I
But
don't remember.
it's insane. And when I looked at Dortmund, I was like, there was no way they were losing that midfield battle. It just made it even worse because now it's like you're asking for pups to do something that a grown man needs to be able to do. I mean, we look at if we look at the 2020 the World Cup. Was that Argentina team the literal best team we've ever seen watching a World
Oh,
Cup to
hell
win it?
no.
We can go back to Spain. We can go back to Brazil when they demolished Brazil. Germany when they
Germany.
demolished Brazil 7-1.
Right.
Those were amazing teams to watch, and they
Right.
had that aura too. But
Yeah.
like the way that Messi's Argentina team did it and stuff, like
Push
it
through,
felt
yeah.
like the aura was there.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I can win. It was like I will
Well, yeah,
do it.
yeah,
It was
they
like
pushed through. It was
there's
like
n-
their pure determination is
Exactly.
what
It's that,
carried
it's, that,
them.
it's
Yeah.
that Madrid aura. And I mean, even you spoke about that, Germany, 7-1. Guess who's in that team? And he bagged 2 goals. Tony Cruz.
Toni
Bro,
Kroos.
teams
Yeah.
tick around him. Today in the
Yep.
game, the team is ticking around him, and he's just dictating. And it's ridiculous. And I like how Ancelotti's set up because he's Jude kind of doing the dirty work as like the 10, false 9, whatever, like he's doing the dirty work, he's pressing, he's being a little bit of a nuisance, picking up the ball and like popping it off to other people. That's his job. That's what Jude does. And that's okay because he's
Right.
gotten a lot of goals this season. He's doing that. Valverde, he's your workhorse. He's going to go up and down that kind of right channel. He's going to win the ball. If Carvajal pushes too far up, Valverde can
drops.
slot in and like he can drop. That's fine. If Carvajal's staying back, Valverde's going to take that. He's going to take that inside channel. Allows Rodrigo to get a little bit wider because he's just a powerful runner, And then you got Camavinga in there. It's like, all right, I'm going to do the dirty work. I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to pop it off to the playmakers pretty much. That's all he did today. And then you got Toni Kroos, who's just dictating everything. Everything's going through him. And that was the issue today.
One thing I like to piggyback off that, right? Everyone in that Madrid squad knew exactly what their role was.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, 100%.
The Dortmund squad, not
It was like
Their
like,
midfield
I think
was so
the
disjointed.
only person that actually did his role properly was Sabitzer.
I think
in that-
Sabitzer
in
was
that
probably
midfield.
the best midfielder on the field. And what was interesting was that because we saw it, so they lined up in a 4-2-3-1. So they lined up in a 4-2-3-1. That's okay.
Yeah.
It was probably about like 30 minutes in. They switched to a 3-5-2.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have Emery Chan, who's playing DM with
DM,
Sabitzer.
double pivot,
He
yeah.
slots in as a third centre back.
he didn't do a damn thing.
He pushed,
He didn't,
Hummels,
yeah.
he pushed Schlotterbeck, right centre back and left centre back. And then Maatsen and Ryerson get
Yeah.
really high.
Yes.
And then you have Sabitzer and you have Julian Brandt in the middle, and that's okay. That midfield got dominated today, and we didn't see it. And it's just like and I think it's a lack of because I said this as well for like their semi-final match too. Their midfield was all over the place.
Yes.
It was all over the
Yeah.
place. And here's the thing: yes, you got quite lucky in that semi-final against PSG,
Especially that
PSG.
second leg. When
That second leg,
4 times.
Yeah,
Bobby.
it was like.
But they played kids PSG. They were kids too.
Yeah, there were a lot of kids in there too.
Yeah, that was
you
an
know?
up-and-coming PSG squad. as
Yeah,
well,
and it's like that was the issue today because it's like it's a Champions League final against the best team in Europe, and it's like you can't be like slacking in that midfield, and they got dominated, and there were periods in that second half where it's like someone picks up the ball for Real Madrid, it's like Jude or
drive
like
through,
and like
straight
Valverde on the center circle. There's no one there,
No
and there's like
space.
there's like a back 2,
Exactly.
back 3, back 4.
Yeah.
There's no midfielders. There's no structure, and it's just like
This
who's
was a
holding.
pickup. This was a pickup.
Bro,
match
it's a
for
whole.
Real.
It's like what
Yeah.
are you
And
what are
that
you
comes-
doing?
That comes down to the
Yeah.
manager as well. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like the manager can have their tactics and the players,
Terzic doesn't have tactics. These are poor. This is poor.
That's what I was about
That's
to
what-
say.
Like that's
Yeah.
it. Like it's just poor. It's like how is your midfield like going and people doing different stuff and like it's been with every game that I've seen
Right.
Borussia Dortmund. They
Throughout
lose
the
the
se-
midfield
throughout the
and they get
season.
lucky.
Yeah.
They just get lucky.
Yeah, that's
you
what they
know?
are.
You know
That's
what?
where
It,
they
you know
are,
what it
and
felt like? It felt like they put all their bets on the wide mids to do the
do the
work,
work,
and I'm like,
yeah.
those are like your youngest guys.
Yeah.
Why would you put that on them and stuff? Because there was a fullback, I think Merton,
Matson
who was
is-
really young.
Yeah, Ian
I'm
Maatsen.
like, you can't. And I know their Dortmund is kind of like the German version of Ajax in a
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like if you don't win that center battle and you're relying on your wide mids to do it, and you think pace is going to be enough, it's not.
It's not.
Like
It's not.
you're not going up against, and
Yeah.
this Barcelona fans, I want you to hear this. This is the honest truth. Real Madrid has shown you what it takes to win when you have the best players, the best, well, the best people to win for a club, the top president, the top everything, because I don't think that was well managed at Barcelona. And they have the correct coach. They had everything down to a T. They are the most mature group of I think if you go to Real Madrid, you become a man like within a season. You seriously
Nah,
do. Like
that's the realest thing he said all day today, bro. Nah, for real, for real.
you go there, you
Yeah.
become a man in one season. If even like Jude Bellingham, his
Bro.
celebration was I'm a
Yeah.
man.
Basically,
Look
yeah.
at me.
Look at me, yeah.
I'm here. I'm a
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I think his upbringing also helped. I think something that I've noticed so far, and I think this is a big reason why Real Madrid has won. I think the culture, not just at Real Madrid, but in the Spanish area, but especially Madrid, and I think this is why Premier League clubs don't win the Champions League as often as they probably should. It's because
Mentality.
it's the mentality of the area. Like,
Yeah.
what is it like when you're living in Madrid? Like, are you allowed to get away with going to the club? I don't hear any reports of
Yeah.
any Madrid
Yep,
players
Yep.
like
Yep.
after hours and stuff. Oh, he got caught doing this and stuff like that. And it's not as bad as it used to be in the Premier League with earlier and stuff. I mean, shoot, I don't have to bring it up, but y'all know how bad it used to be.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, nonetheless, it's like you think of United and you compare them to how Real Madrid's run. It's like a rec team and a professional team that's been there for 150 years. It feels like that.
Right. But then piggyback on what he just said, right? Like there's also competition, you feel me? So if you go to the club and you slacking, someone's gonna take your spot.
Yep.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
But some of these clubs in the Premier League, like you're a star player, you know what I'm saying?
Chillax.
You know you're gonna play regardless. Like look at Tevez.
Yeah.
Remember, like he said, you go to the club all the time, show up, and then play. Like
Yeah.
at Madrid, you go to the club. I don't care how much goals you score. You're gonna be on the bench. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is, because they're gonna find someone else that's gonna replace you, and they got good players. So, you
It's,
know,
yeah, it's the mentality, it's because like you said, there are like you don't see reports of like people in that Madrid
Never.
camp
That's
really
actually
goofing
crazy.
off or like having issues with a
Anything.
manager, really.
Yeah.
Even like the Bale stuff, like it was just like they kept it like very kind of under the carpet, and they were pretty
It
professional.
was very
about it.
minimal. Like the
It was very
most
minimal.
it was is
That's
like
insane.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy, like not like playing Bale at that time, but it's a mentality thing. And like
Yeah.
even just going back and like watching that midfield battle today, you see the inexperience of Edin Terzic, his team,
Yeah.
that midfield versus Real Madrid. Structure, Ancelotti's got, everyone knows the role in that team. Ancelotti has got the game plan down to a T. And it showed today.
Yeah.
Rough first half for Madrid. I think they were trying to get into their stride a bit. Dortmund had some very good chances. The Adeyemi chance is going to be looking back, probably to this evening and be like, how the hell did I not,
I think the
score that?
change in structure also helped
Yeah.
Madrid.
Yeah.
Dortmund's change in structure definitely helped Madrid too.
And I think so too. And I also thought that I think Dortmund gassed their midfield in that first half. They were trying to
Yeah.
throw. They were going through Sabitzer quite a lot. They were going through Julian Brandt quite a lot. When you get to that second half, they just
Gassed.
they gassed out and they just couldn't keep those legs. And that's where Madrid really starts to get into the game in that second half. They found their flow.
Yeah.
Cruz is ticking a little bit more, finding those passes.
Start finding the flaws.
Yeah, Vinicius Junior's, finding that left wing,
Mm.
really, really bullying Ryerson. I thought Vinicius Junior had a really good game today.
Bro,
Again, another goal in a final. But I mean, before that, it's like it's a set piece. Carvajal, I mean, that's a hell of a header on the set piece.
Shortest
to
man
score
on
a
the
goal.
pitch,
One of these
full
shortest
through.
guys on the field wins the header, scores the goal,
It's a
and
man.
then
It's a grown man against boys.
and it's just like it's competing for the ball and winning it. And then I mean, later on, unfortunate mistake from Ian Matson, giving the
Yeah.
ball away.
That's
Yeah, it's an unfortunate
experience.
mistake. Sloppy, gives it to like he's giving it right to Jude, and it's
Yeah.
like it's a 2v1 at that point. Jude slides it to Vinicius Junior, and it's a goal, 2-0.
That
Yeah.
right there is like
That was it.
physical and mental exhaustion, and also the pressure of like, yo, you're already
Yeah.
1-0 down. You wanna
Yeah. Yep.
pick up the pace a little bit. You basically you got to risk it all.
I mean, when have we ever seen Real Madrid in the Champions League final just dominate the first half? I don't really see that happen. They're a second half because
Yeah.
this is what I felt
Yeah.
like in the first half. They decided,
So just give him the ball.
if we get chances,
Let them
cool,
have the ball.
but we'll
Let's see what they're about.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Let them
We'll
do
go
their thing.
40, 50.
Yeah.
We'll go 45 to 50 minutes of just see how they are, see what they can do, and if we get a goal scorer on us or 2 or 3, I
Well,
mean, I don't care if
yeah.
they conceded 4. I'd still think Madrid would find a way because they just do. And I think it's because they just have that. I mean, you guys know this. Maybe you've heard the statistic. They haven't lost a Champions League final since the 80s. That kind of confidence is a different kind that I don't think you'd ever have. Just imagine if you
Yeah.
played for a club in a
Yeah.
final and there's no talk of what if we lose.
Yeah,
That talk hasn't happened since your mama was born. Like
that's crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah.
There's no talk of what if we
It's,
lose.
you know,
It's just we're gonna win.
it's like,
That's it.
genuinely, I feel like we could go into that Madrid team, like one of us in like one position,
Yeah.
and it's like I still think that we'd win the game. Like genuinely, it's
Honestly.
just like it's that mentality. Carvalhal's gonna be yelling at us. It's like do this, do that, and it's like okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna
All
listen,
right,
we're
but
gonna
yeah,
get it done.
you gotta-
Genuinely,
you have no choice but
anyone
to
anyone
rise.
can step in that Madrid team. If it's
Yeah.
like one position, you switch out Rudiger with like some random person, they're still gonna win the game.
They brought
Like-
an injured keeper back for a final that I don't know any club that would do that like that. I don't
Chelsea
think they
maybe.
would just bring anyone out like that and yield those kind of results.
Yeah.
Chelsea might do it, but it might not work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Real. And I think when I look at Barcelona, I think of Real Madrid, all in Spain. I look at this. I think of Atletico as probably the most hardworking team I've maybe ever seen.
Yeah.
Like those are dogs. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
They're
yeah.
it's more than dogs. What do they call? What's his nickname? Diego the Cajonas. Like
cojones.
yeah, he did that with Ronaldo. And Ronaldo give it back to him.
Balls, yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It is with Atletico, but they don't have the quality to
Right.
get it over the line, and maybe
Yeah.
not the whole setup that Real has. Barca is the most probably entertaining team
Ever.
of all time that
Yeah.
we've ever
Yeah.
seen. They're the ones that make you that want to pay to go see. Like, oh, I had to drop, I had to put up my mortgage to go see this guy play.
Yeah,
I don't know
if-
about that.
Mhm.
I mean,
I'm
people
telling you,
do
some
it.
of these
People do
Hey,
tickets-
yo,
it.
have you
Yeah.
seen the ticket prices for Inter Miami right now?
People do it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling
They
you.
would.
And then with Real, it's different. It's not entertainment. It's just, and this is why I think of they remind me of an NBA team of like we're about our business.
You want to win? Come
We're
here.
gonna win. It's
Yeah.
not like we're gonna try.
Yeah.
We will. And the closest team I can think of with that mentality, that's in not anymore. And I respect, but that's what United felt like
Yeah.
those years ago. It felt like squeaky bum times. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
It's Fergie
That's,
time, bro.
that's what it was.
Fergie
Yeah,
time.
Fergie
Fergie
time.
time.
You couldn't stop it. It was just like they were grown men,
Inevitable.
and now
Inevitable,
there's not
yeah.
a story you don't hear about. I mean, you got people who've been at the club for about 20. I mean, is Jones still there?
Yeah.
Like, my God, like,
Phil Jones, bro, he's left.
oh, we
No,
left.
Yeah, he left. He had a lot of injuries and he left.
But
So,
He
yeah.
left the club, but he's still like.
But you see how they've gone from being the man of the Premier League to where Arsenal, and it's hard for Arsenal fans who are like young because they never saw Arsenal win, to where now you look at Arsenal, it's like they're growing to the point where they're becoming men. City, they've been men for about what 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Chelsea, post Abramovich and stuff, they were men. They were actually decently close to it. The only thing I would give them a flaw of was that they just kept changing their manager so quick that they never.
That's something Chelsea has always done.
Chelsea's
always
they're
done that.
very quick to
Yeah.
like change their manager, and I
Mhm.
think the manager is the biggest point. Having a manager that's proven, that is stable, and secure and like in their job, is important. Someone like Ancelotti, they know that they're not gonna get rid of him or he doesn't want to leave or anything. It's
Yeah.
like he's there to stay. He's there and he's gonna go win you matches. He's gonna go there win you titles, and they've won the La Liga and then they go and win a Champions League today. That's what happens with Ancelotti. Same with Pep. Pep, proven winner. He's gonna get people. He's gonna be yelling at people in that locker room. You've seen the video. Nobody talk. Sit down. He commands that locker room. And that's why it's been out of like they've won 4 Premier Leagues in a row. 6 out of the 8.
6 out of 8.
6 out of 8.
Total.
Six titles in 8 years since Pep has been there.
Yeah.
It's insane, and it goes down to the manager, their philosophy, their culture. Because you can see a coach or like a manager, their team is a reflection of them.
Mm.
I mean you see it. Like if you're like even like just coaching high school. A team is a reflection of a manager. But especially like in the professional game, you see that Ancelotti's guys. They are professional. They are men. They're gonna get stuff done. Simple as that.
I'd say like the biggest like comparison you can say for that is like Pep and Rodri.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Don't even
Pep
start.
is like Rodri is literally the embodiment of Pep on that pitch.
Yeah.
Nah,
You know what
for
Pep
real.
feels like? And I think this is the reason why he hasn't won as many Champions League. I think he's so much of a perfectionist. That's what's held him back.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
I
we've
think
seen it. Yeah.
Ancelotti is like, he's not a perfectionist. He's just efficient.
Mm.
Efficiency.
What's
He's
gonna work?
what's going to get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
win?
That's
yeah.
essentially
He
Let's
what's
get
gonna
it done.
work.
He put Courtois at striker if it meant getting the win.
Of course.
Pep would do it because, well, how could this excite it? Or he would try to be a little bit too clever. And
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's
Too
what
clever.
it is. And
Yeah.
I think
Tries to overcomplicate it.
he
Yeah.
overcomplicates.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's not a bad. I don't think it's a bad side because I think overall Pep has been probably the most exciting manager I've got to watch over this past. I feel blessed to have been able to watch Pep, Messi, Ronaldo, all these great players.
Nah, for real.
And I think when you look at all these great teams that Pep's had, they almost play like they're aiming for perfection. When you look at Ancelotti's team, it's not that. It's not at all that. It's not like Klopp, but it's similar. Klopp doesn't play necessarily to win. He plays, I think it's just he just wants to maintain the energy levels. Klopp is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we are going to die on this field. This is our last game. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like with Klopp. Every game, and I would want to die for him. If I was playing for him and he said, Jordan, I need you to run through a wall, bro, I'll run through two for you.
I wouldn't die for him.
Ancelotti is like, Jordan, I need you to sit out for the next 4 weeks because you are not going to help us win this trophy. I'll sit my ass on that bench.
You can't say nothing.
How did it? I'll sit right
Yeah.
there.
But yo, I'm
'cause-
getting that trophy at the end of the day. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
And I think it just depends what kind of player you are. Are you looking to improve? Yes. Go to Pep. Have you already improved? Are you at the peak of your career? 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and you've done all the things you've wanted. Like, I'll be honest. Royce should have gone and played for Ancelotti. Royce should have gone and played at some point.
He should have
He
done
left.
a lot of things. He should have
But-
what was it like 20
Or
was it
Ancelotti
like
going
2016, 2015? He
gone
could have
to
gone to
Dortmund.
Madrid. And he did it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's-
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
And he would have gained that. And again, I admire the loyalty, but Lewandowski left because
He should have
he
left
got
earlier, too.
tired of improving. He was like, I'm improving, but I want to win. And he had
Yeah.
Pep as a manager, but he wasn't.
Lewa went too late.
Yeah,
He should have gone earlier.
Stayed at Dortmund too long.
Should have gone
he
earlier.
should have gone earlier.
He should have left Dortmund earlier, and he should have also left Bayern earlier too.
Yeah.
And I think Ancelotti and Mourinho are very similar. The only difference I say with Mourinho, I think Mourinho, because Ancelotti said this, he said that he used to be a very rigid coach and like really, really, I won't say pragmatic, but really strict on his approach, really strict on his system before he was like, he realized one day, I forgot where he said he was coaching at. It might have been Real Madrid the first time that he said that, or it might have been Chelsea. But he just learned to give them the freedom.
The freedom.
Freedom.
To do
And
what
I
they wanna
think
do.
with
yeah.
Mourinho, it's not like that. It's to win, but it's on my terms.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's too rigid. Yeah.
And it's
he's
too rigid. And
yeah.
that's why he can't stay in the job log, because if the players start to change, which each generation of players change, then you as a coach have to change.
You have to change along with the players.
He didn't
doesn't.
really change as much to get the success. I think he did it at Roma, and that's why they were successful for like the beginning of it.
Yeah.
But eventually,
dies out.
old things start to come out and stuff again. The same thing, and it's funny when he talks about his United experience and stuff, how it was the greatest accomplishment.
He was
You
finishing
know what's
second.
funny? When he said that, I agreed with him at the time, and I had United fans burying me saying, "No, he's just ass. He's just doing bad." I'm like, "Well, come on, man. I know I didn't have the best grade in math in school. You know this if you know, but I at least can think about if you've had Van Gaal, Mourinho, who was the guy who was after Fergie straight away, Moyes. And then you have Ollie, and then you have Ten Hag, and then you have Ragnick. You have the highest to the lowest, and y'all still fail. The common denominator probably is the answer.
Van Gaal did actually fall.
He actually fell.
Yes.
Man, nobody touched him, bro.
And that's the thing. And Ronaldo said, I mean, you guys heard about what Ronaldo said when he came in. He said the club hadn't changed since he was there when he was 20. This man is 30, what, 38, 39, Ronaldo?
Yeah, when he was there.
So when he was at United that second time, it'd been how many years since he'd
Like
been there?
16, 15 years.
You won't get that same energy at Real Madrid. They update their shit like that.
Look at the stadium now. Yeah.
Look at their jerseys. They got HP. I bet they got the best laptops in the business with them. They got everything. I bet they got Tesla running. They're gonna have Tesla in 2 years as sponsors and stuff.
That's why they were to correct the VAR, bro. They got the best computers.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo, comments.
Hey, yo, you need the fastest internet to pay those referees to their bank
That's what I'm
accounts.
saying, bro. You need instant wire, bro.
Need
My
'em,
man,
man.
my man Florentino Perez like see the thing on the TV. He's like send.
And I think it's up to football right now. It's up to every coach in the area to break this Real Madrid team. Break them. Either find a way for Florentino to leave the club, Ancelotti leave the club,
doing that,
man.
or
That
get
man's
the
gonna die
players.
bro. He's only getting more powerful.
Hey, Saudi Arabia, man, I need you. I know you were digging deep to send off different offers that were ludicrous. I need you to go even deeper. Give an offer to Mbappe. Give an offer to Valverde.
Nah,
Take them away. And I know, here's the funny thing. We all know it won't happen,
It won't.
but that's what it's going to take because I don't care who Pep grabs. I don't care how perfect he thinks his football is. If all those people are still there, and I'm sorry, Endrick, is that
Endrick,
yeah.
Endrick, Mbappe, and they're going to have more Alphonso Davies, Ardo Güler, and they have a few others. I mean, you know what's funny? When I look at Odegaard and I think of how he's captain, I think he's captain because of his time at Real Madrid. I think that toughened him up to where when he went to Arsenal, the players were just like, we don't care about his age. He's a man right now. Give him the armband. And I think Arteta saw that straight away. And when I look at that, I'm just like, so what are we gonna do, Pep? What are we gonna do, Klopp? Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna find a way to break this cycle? Because let's be honest, right now, from after we saw in this Champions League final, Barcelona fans, every fan, this is what a 3-4-peat is beginning to look like in the Champions League. They can do it. Who was the oldest player in that starting 11 today? Was it Cruz, Nacho, Carvajal, Courtois? That was it?
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean Hummels for like
No, in Real Madrid.
Just for Madrid.
And those are all replaceable pieces because they're all
They already got the replacement right now.
They already have replacements and they're all learning.
Yes.
So I'm like, wait, so are we just gonna let these guys just do it? And I hate to say it, but
You can't stop it.
if we can't stop them in that way, I'm afraid for football in the Champions League. Not in Europe, just in the Champions League itself. Like in Premier Leagues and stuff in your league, you're fine and stuff. You don't have to worry about Real Madrid coming to your shores. But in Champions League, when they show up, best believe these are like Vikings showing up in the old times to the damn land.
You know what's mad though, right?
The way that
Sorry, you know what's mad? Because like Real Madrid, we're saying this team is ridiculous. They're like absolutely
Man City.
Bro, not just Man City. Sharif Tiraspol, bro. Like 2 years ago, got the double over them in the group. How? This little team from Moldova, bro.
Sheriff.
Remember Sheriff Tiraspol, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the one bogey team for Madrid.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Put them
we haven't seen it.
Put them back.
Put them back in Madrid's group, bro.
But I'm saying the way that you're talking about Madrid for like the world of football is literally how we talk about Man City in the Prem.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
But here's the thing: Man City has competition coming up, like with Arsenal, and maybe Arne Slot can do that with Liverpool. Maybe the guy at Tottenham. I can't remember his name because I don't care about Tottenham. Ange, whatever the guy's name, guy who does the great press conference. I love his conferences. He's funny, but maybe he can drag him up. But let's be honest. I don't think that would be possible because Levy is not Perez. He's not a winner. He just won't do it. So it's like, so now we're going to depend on, honestly, I think it's up to Arsenal, Chelsea, potentially Liverpool, United. Come on. Like, we're not. So it's just those three who can compete against City.
Hey, Man United, sit back down.
And then Real Madrid in the Champions League, there's really no one who can do it because like Pep ain't built like that. He's built to entertain and improve players to make you feel like, yeah, you at 89 on FIFA? I'm gonna get you set 93. Ancelotti was like, you at 89 on FIFA? How many Champions League you got? 1? I'll get you 4 in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Still gonna be 89 though.
89, but look at your trophy cabinet. Just look at Nacho. Nacho is, I don't want to say he's not a joke by any means, but like he is not.
He's a good servant.
Yeah.
Is he
He's
in your?
a good servant for a club.
Okay,
He's not in anyone's like top 5 or top
I'm gonna run an NBA top 75. Is he in your top 75 center backs of all time? Do you think Nacho is? Your top 75.
I really don't think so.
And that's crazy, right?
Like of
Yeah.
all time or just like right
75
Of all,
all
ti-
time.
of all
Top
time.
75 center backs.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that NBA's trick. I'm gonna do that shit. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh,
So you see how he's not even in your 75
he's
for
not in that.
soccer,
Yeah.
and he still has more Champions Leagues than Rooney, than
75
Scholes.
Hell, he could be
75 is a
top.
lot of-
He
that's-
could be
that's
top
a lot.
75.
It could be somewhere in
Fam,
there.
I'm
like-
pulling up
But
a-
you know what's
bro.
funny? None of you said yes. All you like,
He's
I
I
don't know.
He's definitely not top 50.
and that's crazy as
But-
well.
I mean, you gotta look at all the center backs from like all the time. Like if
Yeah,
we're
that's-
talking,
that's-
if we're going like back in the archive, we're looking at like Beckenbauer. And we're looking at guys like Maldini. We're
Maldini
looking
and,
at
yeah.
guys like
Bobby
like
Moore,
Bobby Moore. We're looking at some
Koeman.
like
Rio, Vidic.
proper,
Yeah, you're right.
proper
you're right,
legends.
Yeah, 70. Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
not in that.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
right.
this is
Yeah, I started
insane.
thinking about it. Yeah.
If you're thinking about it, the guy from Arsenal, like back in the day,
Tony Adams.
Tony Adams,
Tony Adams.
Tony
the Invincible winner. It's like John Terry. Like there are so many
Yeah,
good ones,
yeah,
but I'd say
yeah,
that
you're right.
Nacho is a really good servant for a club.
Yeah.
He does his job. Whatever Ancelotti tells him to do, he does it, and he does it well. That's why he's a captain.
Yeah.
That's why they're winning trophies. That's why he's constantly in the team.
He's
He'll
similar
play,
to Cabral.
he'll play.
Mhm.
Across that back line anywhere. He'll play left back, right back. We've seen him come in and do
Carvalhal's
shifts
top 75.
Yeah.
Definitely say he's like Carvalhal's in the top 75.
Right back.
for right backs.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
definitely say that.
Nah, Carvalhal's valid for that.
But
Yeah.
it's a joke, and we're gonna keep seeing this until someone does something. I actually think we need a manager similar to Ancelotti to pop up. But let's be honest, who's that manager? Mourinho's gone. He's the joke. No one wants to. He's with Fenerbahce right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Sure,
can't rely
Fenerbahce.
on Pep really. He might get one in 5 years, maybe 4, because he's gonna go up against a better Real Madrid team with Mbappe. And I'd love to see without Kyle Walker how they deal with that.
He's getting old too.
Hey, imagine.
Kyle Walker's like-
No, just deep it because Kyle Walker's getting old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine because give it like 2-3 years, maybe Kyle Walker moves on, retires, whatever. Rico Lewis going up against like an Mbappe.
He's washed.
He's
He's
not-
gonna be. He's
I
gonna
ra- I
get
rate-
They're definitely gonna sign somebody.
I
Alfonso
rate-
Davies on the overlap.
I
He's
rate,
gonna get
I rate
ribs.
Rico Lewis, but that's a tall order. Fam,
He's getting. Yeah. Nah, bro. You can't. You can't.
You got time on that.
It's
I think
it's a super team, man. They made a super team with a super mentality, with a super board, with a super program. It's just ridiculous. They've created that FIFA create your own club or football
Yeah.
manager create
Buy-
your own
buy
club
who you want.
that you would cheat. Like when you're a football manager, maybe you're that person who's like, I'm gonna go to editor mode and I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna take all the best players. You
Mhm.
need people like that. Or you go on FIFA and you're like, I'm gonna put myself on the best Man United team and stuff.
Financial takeover.
Financial takeover, all this
Yeah,
different
man.
kinds of crap that are ludicrous, but you do it on FIFA because you would never expect it in real life. They've done it, and they've done it over years of concept. Ever since they let Ronaldo go, it has been smart move after
Yeah.
smart move after, and then before as well. But ever since they let Ronaldo go, it's like what they've done that is so smart is equally what Barcelona does. Is equally stupid. They're in so much debt and they have been so poorly run. Real Madrid should look at them and be like, y'all some bums. Bums. Hard bums. You could say it in the comments like you don't know what I'm talking about. No, you bums. You guys are in Europa League back to back. That means back to back bums. B to B to B bums. That's what you guys look like. And I'm like, if you're gonna let your rival disrespect you like that, then be united then.
Yeah.
Be united.
wanna-
Barcelona, be
Yeah,
united.
wait, you don't want to be united right now.
But that's the thing. Barcelona,
I'm-
how much better are
I'm-
they really than United?
I'd
right
much rather be Bournemouth than United right now, fam.
Bam.
I'm not
Even
joking.
Even Girona. Even
Girona
Girona.
is just Man City, bro.
hey yo, Man City is like money laundering, like one of their fans,
Basically, bro, that's the only way they can get you.
Top
What-
goal scorer in the
what-
league
hey,
was some Russian guy.
what-
I can't say his
Dovbek.
name.
Dovbek.
Dovbek.
What I would say, because I think what you bring up is a good point. What you bring up is like there needs to be a manager, there needs to be a team that comes in next year and can like displace this Real Madrid team. So
Not next year, within the next 5 years.
I know the Champions League this year is over. Real Madrid win. They won today. Congratulations 2-0. I'm interested to see about next season because we're getting some new teams in the
The
Champions League.
Champions League format changing.
The Champions League format is going to shift as well because it will go from it changes from group stages. It's going to be one big league, and you play. You go into like pots or whatever,
Yeah.
something like that. It's going
That's a
to
good
be
point.
completely
Yeah.
different. So no one really knows what to expect. Not just about like the structure of the Champions League now, but also there are going to be some new teams in there. We've seen Bayer Leverkusen. They're going to be in there. They've got Champions League football next year. Bologna, who are playing some really nice football under Thiago Motta.
Villa.
They're going to be in there too. Villa, they're going to be in there too as well. Unai Emery's done a really good job with Aston Villa too. I think they've got Girona in there now as well. So there are going to be some new additions to the Champions League. That's going to be really interesting. And I'm also interested to see how the new format suits a lot of these teams because they're going to be playing, I think they're going to be playing 2 more matches because they're going to play 8 teams, 6 to 8 teams, rather than like you play 3 in a group,
Yeah.
You're right.
like home and away. So you're going to play teams, the top teams, and that's going to be interesting to see how a lot of these clubs can deal with that. You know,
If they didn't get Mbappe, Davies, and these the others, I'd say Real Madrid is like, okay, maybe now it's giving them maybe a little bit more of a disadvantage. I don't think the format. I don't care until they
Yeah.
cancel the Champions League itself. It doesn't matter what
Like,
format
every year
they
they-
change. I still think they're going to be it because they've built for the future. I'm also interested to see how that format works.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change. Like Jordan, who you betting on? Shit. You already know it's going to be Real.
Ahora Madrid.
It's going to be that Madrista mentality. It doesn't matter what competition you put them in. That's UCL. You can call it DSL. You can call it whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. Just know you won't be happy in the end because it will be them who are at the end of it. Maybe not next year, but the year after, they'll be there. Maybe not the year after then, but it'll be them the year after. They will not stop. They will continually be on your ass the entire time. It's like white on snow, man. They're just there. They'll be there all the time. And unfortunately, we don't have a prem
Bolognese on
team.
spaghetti.
Oh, my bad. Bolognese or spaghetti. Yeah, that sounds better. Scott put a better
Bro,
twist to that. And that's the beautiful
They
thing
know.
about soccer is that even though it looks like to us visually, it looks like for the next 5 years, this team will dominate the Champions League. We love football because it can be unpredictable.
know.
Yeah, you just
So
never know.
someone could pop up. Maybe it's Arteta. Maybe United somehow spring something
Let's
together.
let's just hope it's Arteta. Let's keep it like that.
Maybe
That was
maybe
good.
maybe
That was
it's
good.
maybe
Keep
it's
it like
Xabi
that.
Alonso.
Don't ruin the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Maybe it's a Xabi Alonso. Maybe it's Thiago Motta. But I do have to say, massive credit to Real Madrid again, winning the Champions League.
Yeah,
15
15,
Champions
yeah.
League wins is insane. A good match from them today. Dortmund, they might need to do some soul searching, maybe look for a new manager, some new signings. But I mean, I think that a lot of credit goes to them for getting that far in the competition too. I think just inexperience and lack of coaching finesse from Edin Terzic really did play a
Yes.
part
Yeah.
in the loss today, and like how they just didn't really have hold of that midfield. But I think we're all incredibly interested to see how they do next year and how
For
the
sure.
the Champions League format looks next year, and what we can expect from the new teams joining the Champions League next year. So all very interesting things. Yeah.
I have a quick question. What do you guys have you guys been following Ajax this year?
Yeah, a little bit. Not
What
like
do they
that.
look like to you guys so far?
Mm.
Like where are they ranked right now?
Like
They started pretty. They had a
they
really
were
tough
were
start
bottom
to
of the
season.
league.
Yeah.
That is what Dortmund will be like if they keep wanting to be a club that's just going for youth development. That's what will be eventually become. That was the Ajax's problem.
It's a mentality
They
thing.
didn't build that mentality. I remember I forgot their director. I think it was I think the director he used to be in Overmars. I believe he said at the time when they made the semifinal and they lost to Tottenham,
Yeah.
they said we're not going to sell these guys. The fuck they doing that? They sold them. They got rid of them. I'm like, all right, lie through your teeth. All right, bro, I know the money's good, but you lied through your teeth. And
Yeah.
I think they're paying the consequences because they had a generational team
Mhm.
and now they're going down and down. And I think Dortmund will have that same thing if they don't decide, let's push the button and actually
Try
get-
to win stuff.
try to win
Yeah.
something. Like, because they does Dortmund really go for it? Let's be honest.
Dortmund has always seemed like
Nah.
a team that's like
They're content with losing.
competing,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
competing.
competing.
Just being
Like-
at the top, like competing with
Ye-
Bayern, like
yeah,
going
yeah,
and, like
yeah.
trying to get into like a Champions League, like
Like
semifinal
the
or
best
something
example
like that,
last season, man. Like
Yeah, when they,
last
like,
season, they
yeah.
had it. They had it,
To the last
And
and
they
they
day,
killed
bro.
capitulated.
Yeah.
and
That's the story of
that's
the.
a big problem because like if you're playing soccer, you first start and you're content. How many years can you do that and expect to if as you climb up the ladder? How long will it take before that contentness can't be content anymore? Before you're just getting bombed and killed and cut and told you suck and your ass and you're just all this stuff happening.
Right.
You need that drive, that hunger,
Yeah.
and that's what Dortmund lacks. That's why they don't have it and stuff. I mean, you could say the young kids today, Sancho, all these guys were fired up, and I'm like, it's youthful spirit. It's not really like
It's
they're
always going up against men at the end of the day.
it's
Like,
a temper
'cause,
tantrum.
we saw it as well. We saw that Sancho didn't really, fire on all
Yeah.
cylinders. We saw Adeyemi didn't really fire on all cylinders. He got chances, but I think it was just like that little bit of just hesitancy to go and like get a good opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with like Ian Madsen as well.
Madsen, yeah.
I think
I
I
mean,
think
they
the
didn't
I
really
think
win.
I think the last question I would pose to panel before we wrap up, who would you say, starting with Marty, who would you say was your man of the match today for the Champions League final 2024?
I'm gonna have to give it to Carvajal.
Carvajal today? Yeah, good pick. John, what are you saying?
I'm giving it to the keeper, man, Courtois.
Courtois?
Really?
Yes, that first half saves that he did, bro.
Yeah.
If Adeyemi would have went and scored that, different game,
Different game, yeah.
True.
different game. And
Yeah.
think about it, he's coming back. This is his first game back
Yeah.
from injury. Like that's that gotta count for something. I'm giving it to him.
Yeah,
Now, everybody else played great.
That's the first
Carvalho
shout.
did great.
That's the first
but
shout, yeah.
I'm giving it. I have to give it to him. Like
Fair.
he did. Like he had a perfect game.
Fair. Jordan, what do you think?
I don't think Jude played that well, but I expected it because he this is his first time. I don't think anyone else in midfield played that particularly well. I think Cruz was all right. If I'm being honest, I think I remember watching Vinny like when Benzema was like, "Get this man off the team because this guy is selling." Like on him, on my mama, I swear he's trying to score.
We
for the
be
other
saying
team.
that all the time in the field, bro.
Bro. Like, and so I say for where Vinny has, where he was to where he is now, and how he performed today, because I thought he was dangerous,
It
bro.
was good.
Like
Yeah.
he was Brazilian. Like you give him the card.
Yeah.
Like don't swipe the Brazilian card from him. He put it on today. He
this-
made Ryder work.
Is this the last generation of like flashy Brazilian players that we're gonna see?
No, I do not believe so because I think Brazil will always find a way to produce because they've done it continually all the time. It's like saying Ajax, will they ever produce someone? They'll always.
It's not necessarily because of Brazil and their output. It's also because of the way like the landscape of football changing, right? You're not really seeing those flair type players anymore. Like Vinny is one of the last ones we've seen that
Yeah.
with that flair and plays with flair, not just like doing tricks like Anthony. You know what I mean? Like he actually plays with flair, and like Rodrigo does it as well. But Vinny just like he's effective with it.
Well, Chelsea actually is looking at this player called
Yeah.
Messinho.
Messinho, yeah.
He's a flair player. Like I said, it's always going to happen because the favelas never
Mhm.
guide
That's
you the
true,
wrong
yeah.
way. They always shoot it out. But like I said, Vinny has shown that he's a man in my eyes. He deserves the Ballon d'Or. He put in a really good performance today, and I mean he deserved man of the match for me. I don't think anyone else really performed so well. I think if Vinny wasn't there, they still would have won. But I don't think Real Madrid would. I mean, Dortmund would be as terrified.
Mhm.
Like Jude Bellingham, if he was off the pitch and Modric was on instead of him,
Same result.
yeah, Vinny was the one where you're like, this guy again, because everyone remembers what he did to Kyle Walker, or not Kyle, Fernandinho. That's iconic. What he did to Fernandinho was iconic, and Fernandinho never gonna forget that. The streets won't let him forget.
Mhm.
So I think Vinny deserves that today for how he performed. That's my take on it.
What
Yeah.
about you?
I think I want to give like quick 2 shout outs for Dortmund. I thought Kerbal was very good today.
Kobo was
Yeah,
Kerbal was
fantastic,
fantastic
yeah.
today. I thought
Fantastic today.
that's a young keeper as well.
Yeah.
I think like if he stays at Dortmund another 2 years, I think a lot of big
Big clubs are gonna
gonna come in for him. I
I can
thought
see
he was
Chelsea
fantastic
going.
today. Yeah,
And of course, Dortmund will give him away because they're
That's
But-
what they do.
and I thought Hummels was very good today. as
Yeah,
Hummels
well.
was-
I thought
Hummels was
Hummels
good.
had a
He got
very
unlucky with that yellow.
He got
but-
yeah. I think he got unlucky with that yellow. I thought he had a very good game
Yeah.
today. My man of the match today, I think honestly, I'm gonna give it to Vinny as well because not only like he showed it today in terms of like how he worked on the field and how dangerous he was, like when he peeled off and like went 1-on-1 with Ryerson, but like consistently he has been very good in these kind of matches, and he's
Right.
been. I swear he got an assist against Bayern Munich in the semi-final as well. Consistently, he has performed in these high-level matches, and these matches are high stakes, and he never seems unfazed. He really has come into his own, and I know Benzema was, frustrated, about a year or two ago, and it's like, this guy, I swear, he's just playing against us, whatever. He's matured, he's
matured.
grown as a player, and you're seeing it in these performances. And I
Yeah.
feel as though as well, because, I mean, I know I'm English, and I know I love Jude. I think Jude, it was tough for him to get into the game today, and it showed because we really didn't see too much from Jude today. But when the ball got to Vinicius Jr., you thought something was
something's
going to
gonna
happen.
happen.
You
Yeah.
thought something was going to happen. He was going to be positive with the ball. He's never looking backwards. He's always looking to like, what can I do going forwards? And that's something that is dangerous, exciting, and I think he does deserve the Ballon d'Or, honestly, for his performances. And we'll see this summer because we've got Euros coming up, we've got
Copa
Copa America
America.
coming up. So I mean, we're still going to be doing these podcasts, throughout the summer for Copa
Stay
America.
tuned, bruh.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We got a lot of
Yo,
content coming this summer
Euros,
for the
Euros.
Euros and Copa America.
Actually-
Hell yeah.
I actually want to bring something up as well about Vinny. Just a question, just in your guys' opinion. Do you think he will go beyond what Neymar did?
That's a good
In
question.
terms of
Like his legacy, because Neymar we know is,
That's a good question.
I mean, he was a big game player maybe at Barca at the
Yeah.
later stage, but I'm gonna be honest, Vinny's at a point where I'm looking at him and I'm like, I I trust him. Like I don't think he's gonna die. I don't say I don't think he's gonna die.
He's
I-
he's
off.
only like 22, 20.
Yeah,
And
like,
he's
young.
doing
He's
this.
young
yeah, he's
still.
only like 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like looking at a younger Neymar, and I think Neymar was more flashy than what Vinny is, but
I think in terms of talent, Neymar was definitely
Neymar's, yeah.
there.
talent, but in terms of
But
like
in
being
terms-
a big game player at a big moment to do it all the time, I think if we're looking at Vinny when he's 25 or no, when he's 28, I think we're looking at one of the best Brazilian left wingers of his generation.
I think, I mean, yeah, in terms of accomplishments, I think he's definitely.
He already passed
He,
Neymar
he's
in, like,
already.
Champions
I think
League.
he's already passed. He's already passed.
I've been waiting
Neymar.
for that. I wanted to say it. I wanted
Yeah,
to say it. I want it on camera.
In terms of accomplishments, yeah. But I think we definitely need to see what he can do for Brazil.
And we'll see that this summer, you know, when
Yeah.
it comes to Copa
Oh, we'll
America.
get a
That's a big,
chance.
and
We'll get a chance to see it this summer.
that's like quite a big tournament because I don't think he got because I don't think he played in the last World Cup, did he? Was he injured?
No,
Yeah,
he was there.
He
Was
was
he
there.
there?
Cup?
He was there.
He was there.
Was he there?
Richarlison
was there.
scored like this
He was there.
crazy
He played.
goal and
Was he
stuff.
there?
Like,
Okay,
then he was
yeah,
there.
it was just
It was
I think-
Neymar on the 10, and then he was on
Exactly.
the wing.
Was he? In,
he
oh,
was the
okay,
left
yeah, I
wing. Neymar
remember
was
that.
I think
okay,
if
yeah.
Neymar wasn't
That was
there,
it. That was it. Yeah.
like I said, I think if Neymar wasn't there and stuff, it would have been more difficult. But I think now, I don't think Neymar should be selected.
No,
He wasn't. He wasn't,
we've
yeah.
got a new age now of like Brazilian players coming in, so I'm really
I'm
interested to
excited.
see
Yeah.
And
this
if
Copa
he's
America.
leading it,
And Vinny's grown up a little bit as well because that World
Yeah.
Cup was like what 2 years ago,
Yeah,
right? So he's grown and he's gone from a teenager to like young adult. Like
he's just a more
yeah.
mature player. In
So
general.
I'm incredibly interested to see that this summer. But yeah,
I think he'll do it. I
yeah,
think he'll really
he'll do it.
surpass Neymar utterly and completely. And honestly, I think if Neymar went to Real Madrid and he'd stayed there instead of Barcelona, he would probably end up the player that Vinny's becoming.
I think if Neymar
I think if
just
he would have stayed at Barca, he would have been the
in
player.
general. I think he would have.
If he would have stayed at Barca, like,
Yeah.
bro,
Possibly, yeah. I don't know if he would have won as much because the board of Barca would have found some way to pretty much them. So, but that was my question stuff because I think
No, that was a great
of all
question.
of all the players that I've been most impressed with over the growth, Jude doesn't surprise me. Rodrigo doesn't surprise me. None of the midfielders do. Valverde's, I know what I'm getting from him, but Vinny,
He keeps improving.
bro,
improving.
like
He
he's
keeps
gonna be
improving.
he's gonna be better next year.
Yeah.
Like his numbers are probably gonna be better next year, and who knows, he might get to that Ronaldo, because we know who his idol is.
Yeah.
We know who it is. We see him. His gym has that Ronaldo photo. He has the mindset of, I don't want to say MJ, but I want to say he has the mindset of what Ronaldo had when he came to Madrid. And I think the only difference is that Ronaldo had to wait a while to win the Champions League to get to the end of to being successful there. I think Vinny getting started on it already, having the vets work with them, Benzema, tell him off how
Yeah.
it is, Modric, Cruz, all of them. I think what we're looking at is someone who will actually probably get Ronaldo numbers in the maybe prime. Like 28, 27, 29, Vinny. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me he scored 40 goals. Because didn't Mbappe score like 40-something goals in PSG or something,
like
or
that.
50?
Yeah.
He's been doing it for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And Mbappe, I don't want to say he's not a man, but I think he's not complete. I think he's had his moments. I think that World Cup final, he showed
What he can be.
What he can do.
what he can be.
Yeah.
But I think Vinny this season showed, oh, shut up. I'm that guy now. I can do this day and down stuff. But
I have one question, right? What do you think Mbappe is gonna play? Because obviously he doesn't want to play as a false nine or as a striker, right? He wants to play off that left wing, and that's Vinny's. I don't think anyone's gonna take Vinny off that left wing. So like, what do you think is gonna happen?
is the manager going to stay the same, in your opinion?
I mean, Ancelotti's gonna be there next season.
Is Florentino Perez going to be there still too?
I mean, for sure.
Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, if Mbappe was put at center back, I still think they win the Champions League.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, what do you think he's gonna play? Like, because
Oh,
What position do you think?
what position is he gonna play?
honestly, I think they'll probably have him competing in the center striker role. I don't think they'll move Vinny away. I think they've seen too much progress from him. I think it would be unfair to do that to him because if Vinny was like, "You're moving me out," but I don't want to say I carried, but damn, haven't I done enough?
Do you think they would play with 2 strikers with
I don't
Vinny,
think I don't
Vinny
think I don't think they'll play two strikers. I think they'll have Mbappe down the middle.
down the middle?
I think they'll
I
have
think-
Vinny on the left, and I think since Cruz is going out, I think Jude is gonna play less of a
Drop,
false
yeah.
nine or like Cam, drop
Yeah,
into
yeah,
that
yeah,
8
yeah.
role. Him and Valverde, 2 8s, bro.
Wait, why do you
That's
think?
ridiculous.
Why
And
do you
then
think Mbappe?
Kamavinga or Chuamani.
Well,
Tchouameni.
there's some things about Mbappe saying he doesn't like to play down the
He-
middle.
He
doesn't
doesn't
like
like
to
to
play
play
Here's the
down the
thing:
middle.
he's not going to a club where he can just talk and expect to be heard. He's going to a club where he is the little man. He's not the big dog.
I like
Don
that.
is.
I like that.
He's going to a club where there's a grown man. He says, I want to play left wing. Shut your lip, man. Go out to the middle or ride the bench. Because if Mbappe rides the bench next year, Alphonso Davies probably still plays. Enrique probably gets his spot over because Enrique will listen. That young boy just wants to play. Endrick, sorry. So, do we really think they won't compete for the Champions League if Mbappe doesn't play, even though they've already done it without him? Without the additions of the players that we're saying?
That's right.
It's interesting because Mbappe, we've seen a little bit of like kind of his attitude and stuff that
Yep.
have like flared up, and it's like it's going to be interesting that adjustment to Real Madrid because there are no like
Yeah.
attitudes.
He's
or,
gonna
like,
get put in his
anything
place.
there.
Oh, he'll do it
No.
He's gonna
because
get put in his
yeah.
he
place.
doesn't have any leverage. It's like, oh, look who I am. You haven't won a Ballon d'Or.
That's right.
You won
don't
a
wanna-
World Cup, cool, but you had a great team around you. You won a French league, great. Cheers.
They do
Whatever
without
makes
him
you
too.
feel happy.
Where's your 6 UCLs? Where's your 5 UCLs? Do you even have one? No, I don't think so.
Exactly.
Right?
I think Real Madrid, like I said, the city, everything about it will humble him. Just like if it's humbled Ronaldo, which it did, then it can humble him because he's not at that Ronaldo level.
Like,
And if it can humble all these other players coming in, Cruz, who've won way more, Modric, who've won way more, Don Ancelotti, how can you talk to Ancelotti?
yeah.
How can
Yeah.
you say, listen, if you don't play me here, remember what Hazard was before he went to Real Madrid? That man
Yeah. Yep.
he was it. He was him. He didn't win a Ballon d'Or, but he could say, I carried my team throughout like 2-3 seasons. He
Yeah.
carried them even to like maybe what is it 2 or 1 league title?
It was he won the
think
league.
2.
I think he
Yeah,
won it
he's won
twice.
3 times.
Conte and Mourinho. That's when he won
Pretty
2, right?
sure.
Because he won one with Mourinho when he came back 2015.
Well,
And then
yeah, because
Conte
he was wearing
with
the
Diego
he was wearing,
Costa.
I remember he was wearing like the number 17 when he won his first one.
Yeah.
And Cruz said it as well. Cruz was like, he said that, if you come here and you lax, then I'm not going to say the certain player's name, but your career could die. And Mbappe has seen too many lessons to where I think he will humble himself. And he has French players there. He has teammates there.
Right.
Kamavinga, Mendy. He has guys who will literally tell them, bro,
You better tee up.
yeah, you can bark
Yeah.
if you want, but you're going to be
Real
put in
talk.
the penthouse and
You're
you
gonna have-
won't
you're
be
gonna
let
have to-
out.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
be on it. You're
You're gonna be on it.
because it's like this is the mentality. These are the mindsets now. You're gonna have to be prepared for that.
Because in every other team, all those players are guaranteed starters. In Madrid, the
Exactly.
rotation players.
Yeah, you see
Mhm.
Tchouameni, like I think he was injured, but like it's like you don't even know like if you can get into that midfield for today's game. You don't even know.
Right.
Like Modric, like usually he could play and like start in that midfield. It's like
Right.
you're just not. It's not there anymore.
He
and
doesn't
it's,
care.
Yeah, and he doesn't care.
We won.
know?
And that's what they're all drilled into. They're drilled to the point where individuality does not take precedence even anymore.
Yeah, Eder Militao was fit.
Yeah.
Nacho started over him because
Yep.
Nacho has that mindset and he's won the damn
Armband.
Champions League, number of times.
But
But yeah,
let's
I mean, another season of the Champions League comes to an end. Please let us know your thoughts. Who was your man of the match? And then we're
What do
gonna
you
get
think of-
ready because football's still around. Don't you worry. We're gonna be keeping up with content this summer. We got Copa America coming. And then we also have the Euros coming as well. So we're gonna probably preview some squads. We're gonna see what's going on, and then we're gonna keep up to date with transfer rumors and like manager rotation, everything, man. We're gonna be here. So
Scott.
I just want to say thank you guys for having me on again.
Of course. Thank you
this
for
was a
showing
great-
up as well.
Thank you for
Oh,
coming
of
through.
course. This was great.
And
What else we got cooking?
Mm.
What else we got cooking?
should we tell him right now?
Should we tell him?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I
But
mean, I don't see why not. Hey, we
I don't
got
see why not.
we got some stuff cooking. Should we say it?
Go ahead. Might as
Alright.
well.
The Mandem will present to you.
wait, hold on. Drum roll, please.
IRL football.
Hey.
Yeah, so yeah, we're in FXA Adult League, 11v11. Yeah, and we're gonna be basically recording the games and broadcasting them on the channel. Not live, you'll see the highlights, but that's gonna be your first introduction to IRL football onto the channel. So yeah,
We're not Messi or Ronaldo, by the way. You know what
He
I'm
is.
saying? Nah, not really. Don't say it like
No, he is.
that. But we'll try our best to win. You know, if we don't win,
blame Kelvin.
then yeah, we'll blame Kelvin.
That's all right.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and like, subscribe, and just leave us a comment what you think about the game, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Take care.
Peace.
That was a good ass fucking episode, bro.
Oh,
That was good
okay.
as
That was
fuck.
good.